Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In this video, we are going to take a close look at the Powkiddy X17, or in other words, the Powkiddy. It's going to be a very interesting video, and yeah, in China we can find so many of these freaking handhelds nowadays. It's an invasion, and sometimes even I get lost in the jungle of handhelds. But I just keep making these videos because I want to help you out to find which is just the best one for you. But overall, this is a quite interesting concept. This thing seems to be working on Android. It's always like pretty awesome. And another thing what I like about this device is this thing has a really nice form factor. 7-inch display IPS, 7-inch of fun. But how does it with the software itself? Because there we're going to get some issues sometimes. Okay, the first thing that we're seeing is the USB cable. And the weird thing is like it comes with this weird barrel jack. Why did he even give you a method like this for charging? Why not the normal USB connection? Because if you lose the cable, you're going to have an issue getting another one. Alright, so first let's remove the plastic. But what I'm noticing, like, this thing is very comfortable. Like, I really love the form factor of it. Like, it feels very comfy in the hand due of the shell itself. But it is like a plastic fantastic. But overall, like, I was quite surprised to see the layout. And the surprise is like, why is my second analog stick? Kind of weird, like a fair choice. But okay, we're going to get select start, ABXY. The button quality is okay. At the top we're going to get 4 shoulder buttons with a combination of like long travel membrane buttons, and then we're going to get the micro switch. At the top we're going to get the USB, the HD out, headphone out. Then we're going to get input for the TF function. We're going to get the input for micro USB, and I'm guessing you can also use it for basically charging, and another USB port. So basically the idea behind it is like you can use this thing as a game system, hook it up, connect to controllers and just have fun with it. But the D-pad itself, that is a little bit concerning. The D-pad is very smushy and I don't like it at all. The left analog stick is like a Nintendo Switch version, but I find it kind of weird that they made the choice like why are you not putting like select start over here and give us a second analog stick? Okay, that is of course my opinion. At the back we're going to get 2 speakers, and I can say like these speakers are like very nice and they go very loud. Alright, so let's turn it on. And in the meantime, let's remove the freaking screen protector. Yep, I'm always leaving the plastic on, don't know why that is. So this handheld does come with a touchscreen. So that's quite interesting, and you can see like it's very sensitive. So I'm very pleased to see that. But the thing I really don't like already is the layout itself. It's very similar to all the other Powkiddy products, and I'm talking about the firmware. So far I know there is no Play Store. Maybe in the future we will get like say an upgrade or a new kind of software that we can add like a Play Store. Why should you have a Play Store? It's quite simple. We can add basically our account and can just play the games very easily through the Play Store, and of course download the application that you need and that you bought. It's very hard to record from this display, and the main reason is very simple, because the front glass is very glossy. Like, I really find it quite annoying in my opinion.Maybe I'm a little bit too picky about it, but then overall when you're looking at the menu itself, I am not pleased. It comes with the game, for example Reptide. I just really like this, but in my opinion it's not enough, because they were talking about it comes with emulators, bloody blah. It's a freaking lie. So, but in general, I really like the audio quality. Even it's not at the front, it's at the back, but you're still going to get a really nice, let's say, audio experience when it comes to this handheld. You would expect like with a big handheld like this, you're going to get a very heavy handheld. And I can say like I was quite surprised. I think 409 grams is not a lot compared with this gigantic handheld. So it's a little bit of an, let's say, debatable situation. 409 grams, do you think it's a lot or not? Let me know in the comments. A really great piece of software that we're going to get, and I'm hoping in combination with, let's say, games like Call of Duty we can use in the future. When you're pressing the G over here, you can see you can basically map the buttons. So what does this do is very simple. You having here A, you can basically like drag this thing around to the certain position that the game has like input for the touch. And you can basically like cheat your way, because now you can play like Call of Duty and other games that have, for example, no controller support, but you can just play with a controller. I think like that is more like the most appealing things when it comes to handhelds like these. But what are we going to do with the software? So at the moment I'm making this review, so far I know there is no different software. It doesn't even matter, there are some different ways. So we're going to get to the toolbox. Here you can see the application where we can side load, or basically like load up different new kind of APK files. That is one of the ways you can go. And with this method, what you need to do is like adding your game through the CF card. Also, you can use the USB functionality, load them up straight into the internal memory. One of the ways you can go, and hoping in the future we're going to get the better software, so we can just use the Play Store. Okay guys, so it's time for the wicked nerdy talk, where we're going to talk about specifications. The display is 7 inches of IPS FON, and it has a resolution of 600 by 1024. The CPU is just a quad core, nothing really fancy. It has 2 GB of DDR3 RAM. Then we're going to get 32 GB of storage, and it runs on Android 7.0. A little bit of a bummer with the Android, because I want to have a new edition and I want to have the Play Store. Alright, so let's take a close look at X17 and see if they are nani and lying about the specs. So the manufacturer seems to be like called Stack or something. Model number X17. It has in total 2 GB of RAM, and it has like 32 GB of storage, and we can use 21, or that's basically what we can use. A little bit of a bummer in my opinion, it's not a lot. Then we're going to get the CPU. The CPU is the MediaTek MT8163. It's a quad core running on 1500 MHz. And let's see if there are any interesting things. Not really. The display, I want to see the resolution, is 1024 by 600. And it has a Mali T720 GPU, and the refresh rate is 57 Hz, like this weird Hertz that we have seen before. So in my opinion, it's not that great, and it's a little bit of a bummer. Android edition, let's check that. 7.0, so there's like a prehistoric edition of Android at the moment. And then we're going to get the option booted device. Nope. But before we can go any further, we just need to change out the language, because in English is just the way we're going to use it. So the thing that you need to do is going over here at the right bottom corner, we can find here settings, press the last basically decal. It's made, that means normally like advanced settings. Then the next thing you need to do is scroll all the way down. Here we're going to find the tiny globe, click that one, choose the first one, and here you can see some different languages. If you don't have the extra language, what you can do is press this one over here, and here we can choose the language that you want. A lot of different languages, even some European different ones. But the next thing you need to do, if you selected English, you need to put the one on number 1, and everything will be changed out to English. So that's the thing. I hope this helped out, because I know some people will struggle with this if you're going to get a handheld like this and now completely in a different language that you don't understand. Okay, but we're ready now, so what are we going to do? So the thing that we're going to do is adding some new programs. And the thing, you have some different options. There is no Play Store at the moment. Maybe in the future updates we're going to get one. So I already told you the only thing you can do is using the file manager. With file manager you can load up APK files through the SD function, or you just drag and drop the files into your internal storage. But if you have done this, the only option we can do is like using separate emulators. For example, Red Dream for the Dreamcast, Yaba Shenshiro for Sega Saturn, PPSSPP for PlayStation Portable, and so on and so on. Another great way is to use RetroArch, where you can load up every single emulator. And oh my gee. That sound of D-pad is so awful. But this is basically, in my opinion, one of the couple of ways you can play. Mess around with it. I can make a separate tutorial of RetroArch to show you how you need to set it up and what is the best configuration, especially when it comes to the emulators, because some emulators will not run perfectly on this device. Okay, so you can already hear like it struggles big time with N64. It always be like a problem with these low-end devices. And now it speeds up. Quite annoying that we're going to get a mixed performance. Welcome, hello there. I am the virgin of this island. Yes, I am help you. You are being very naughty. Good luck. But you can just hear that it struggles big time. And fun fact, like these games are like one of the common ones that like the launch titles that will run normally like on most devices. So I find it quite annoying that this D-pad is so horrible. So let's go further with playing with the analog stick. But you can see like the FPS is like freaking awful on this. It's still running on 640 by 480 resolution. Nothing upscaled whatsoever. Whoa! I am flying in the sky. Okay, I have set the frame skip to 1, otherwise this makes this freaking PlayStation Portable unplayable on this device. But you will notice that sometimes it still struggles. Another thing I really like about is the audio quality. The audio quality on this device is like superb. Already getting the messages, so like, it's running slow. Yeah, I know, you don't have to tell me. I can freaking see and hear it. But the 7-inch display looks amazing, by the way. We have something positive to say about the handheld. Okay, so a quick overview of the Daytona game on Sega Saturn, and the reason I'm not going to even start playing because these games don't run great at all. Yeah, okay, it runs 50 around FPS, but it's not getting the 60 FPS and it's using frame skip. So you can already hear it from the audio. Oh boy, this is really bad. But for the people who are not familiar with it, most of the time when PlayStation Portal doesn't even run, Sega Saturn will be the same story. But that's of course my opinion. But yeah, if you can think this is playable, it's up to you. Alright, so let's talk about the Android part. There is one game that was on there, so this is the game that we're going to check out for now. But what I like about this, like the controls and also when it comes to the way how this plays, it's very comfortable. We need to use the shoulder button in this case for the game, but it's like super comfortable and I like it. Like the model itself, the shell is awesome, the analog stick is great. It's similar to the Nintendo Switch. The D-pad, we talked about it a couple of times, is like freaking awful. But in other words, there is always something that they need to freaking mess up. Yeah. Oh man, so this thing is like finger-proof my ass. This thing is like freaking awful. Look at this. And the same goes for the display itself. But I had this feeling today, I want to rip something apart. And that is what we're going to do. Yeah! Yep, we're going to remove a couple of screws. And I'm guessing there is no screw beneath the stickers whatsoever. So we don't need to break the seal. But what we need to do is like getting my pry tools. Because most of the time what you're doing is like having 4 screws to hold the shells together. Like extra support. But they're clicking all of the other parts. Let's see if we can get this bloody thing out. Yep, alright. Let's get my pry tool, so let's get it open. Let's get funky. Okay, I must give them one very big kudo, because this thing is plastic fantastic a lot, but the clicking mechanism of the 2 shells is like superb, like to keep the handheld in one piece. So you can see like even that I open it up for maybe like 60%, it's still clamped together, like freaking annoying. Okay, I'm always being very gentle. You can see like it is like holding very nice. So let's do a little bit of prying. Let's see if I can open it up without damaging the bloody thing. I just want to point out, I'm not doing this every single day. I'm just doing this sometimes for my videos, just to open it up, because I want to see what's in this fucking bloody thing. And oh boy, it's a freaking nightmare. But I managed to open it up. Okay, so always very gentle, because there are some wires over here. And let's see if I can remove it. Nope, I can't remove it because they soldered these freaking speakers straight onto the main board. There are no cables. Okay, so the only thing I can remove is the freaking battery. So that's the thing that we're going to do. So I can basically flip it open. Alright, Alright, so now we can basically like flip it open like this, so we can give you a quick look in the inside. And yeah, what I already told you, I felt it straight away, like this thing is plastic fantastic, like 2 shells plastic, and there's not a lot inside. But there are some interesting things, so let's start at the top shell, or the bottom to be accurate. Okay, so first of all, the speakers in this thing is just freaking amazing. Stereo audio, I love it. So the reason I didn't remove it, because these things are like glued or clicked in here, so I just want to keep it original. The battery itself is a whopping 5000 milliamps, so there's a quite big one, and it also gets very hot after using for some time. They're holding it with 2 pieces over here of plastic, so if you want to remove it or upgrade it in the future, it's not possible. You can see like there is no room for a bigger one, but you can always like get yourself a replacement one and just replace it, because there is a cable on it. Very pleased that he did that. Alright, so let's take a close look at the bottom part, because this is quite interesting in my opinion. First of all, I have seen, let's say, China Handhelds at like one big PCB. This is different. First of all, we're going to get the middle PCB. That is the main board that has all the inputs and outputs over here, like that we're going to get with this device. Another thing is that we have a lot of ribbon cables that go everywhere. For example, we're going to get one left and right for the controls. Then we're going to get one left and right for the shoulder buttons that also contains the micro switches. A couple of ribbon cables that go to the LCD display over here, and also one for the touch, because that is so far, you know, a separate connector. But overall, like there is an option if you will sell, like say, replacement part, it's possible. And it seems to be that, I don't know what this thing is. It seems to be like a rumble motor or something like that. I cannot say for sure. But how it looks in the inside is quite interesting. What is quite interesting over here, we're also going to get a microphone. This one has been soldered on the main board itself. And over here we're going to get the Wi-Fi antenna that has been connected over here, like the universal antenna we've seen before in different devices. But overall, like the plastic, it has been clicked very well together. Let's see if I can put it back together. I've been using a special pry tool for this, so I hope it didn't do any damages. But especially for this video, I wanted to do this teardown just to show you what you're going to get in the inside. Okay, so let's put it back together. Just want to see if this thing still clicks together, just to see how good is the plastic. Fantastic quality. You can see like it clicks very easily together. It still had some space back when I want to open it up the first time, so that's basically what I'm always searching for. I try to open it up just to see if I can find a minor space so I can start prying over there. But then overall, I must say I'm very pleased when it comes to the quality of the plastic, and it fits very well together. Alright guys, so what do you think of this X17? So first of all, when you're paying a lot of money for a device, I think it needs to have basically everything. A good D-pad, good analog sticks, like multiple sticks. Then we're going to need like better, like let's say the same kind of shoulder buttons. The LPS display is inside of this thing, is nothing to be complained about. But like this weird refreshing rate, stuff like that, like the software is not basically clearly to me like not ready. We need to have a Play Store. Android 7 is in my opinion in 2021 just a no-go, and even like if you're watching this video in a different year, it's like just a no-go. We need at least like an Android 9 or 10, and basically because if you're buying something like this, it's already in my opinion prehistoric old. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become a Wedoit family, and I will see you in the next video.